Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day and welcome everyone. I'm Shada Azmat and you're watching Future Talk. So first of all, let me introduce our guests for today's session. We have Miss Zafira, Miss Nabila Afika, Miss Azrin, Miss Diana Izzati and Miss Shahada. Alright, for today's session, we'll be talking about people and lifestyle in the context of the Service Learning Malaysia program SULAM with the theme of Dana Kembali ke Sekolah. We will also talk about the issues, the government's rules and what steps should be taken to address the problems that occur. Alright, without wasting our time, I would like to welcome the first presenter, our first panel, which is Ms. Zafira, to begin her presentation.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. So, firstly, a uniform can be as simple as requiring collared shirts or limiting the colours and items students are permitted to wear. School uniform included button-down shirts, trousers for boys and blouse fitted skirt for girls with both wearing blazers, socks and shoes. School uniform are worn throughout the country, particularly in peripheral and urban schools. In many urban areas, school uniform were associated with fewer absences and truancies. However, there are several issues related to the access to the school uniform. We will be discussing the issue here today.
When a place has gone through the stages of urbanization, it will create a diversity of lifestyle. Through this, it can make a class stratification towards an individual. If a community has been settled in one place, it will expand and form small city that will keep growing and become more modern by the times due to specialization and division of labor among the people. Max Weber has stated in his theory of class stratification that an individual is divided into different class positions according to their way of life. These classes can be divided into three, which is the middle class and UPs. They usually live in the suburban areas of the city and their preferred lifestyle, such as buying at the last minute, going to the mall or chain store. The second group is the working class, where the people are divided into living in cities and also suburban areas. Their way of lifestyle is to go to the park, usually related with football and mostly use the street as a playground. The last group is the underclass, where the people are poor and isolated. The majority of them are women that have lost their husband and live in the ghettos in the inner city. This group has no help from the government in terms of getting a better life. This group are also associated with many health problems such as AIDS or tuberculosis, crime problems such as rape and robbery. Hence, to help with different groups of people, especially the underclass, the program of Dana Kembali ke Sekolah was created as it would serve as an initiative that can help to decrease the burden of the people and also help to minimize the problem of students that were unable to go to school due to several challenges, which is health, unemployment, and lack of education and skills.
Alright, thank you Ms. Zafira and Ms. Nabila for your presentation. So right now we have Ms. Aina on the screen that joining us online today, and she's going to share with us the rules of government and local municipalities or etc.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Norina Masara bin Tajudin. So the first role and initiative are being done by the local municipal council. This body is also responsible in ensuring the lifestyle of the society in their area has been taken care. For instance, a single mother holds a big responsibility in taking care of their children and at the same time to earn money in order to support the family. So, the Social Services and Community Development Association of Gombak District, Selangor, PSPK, organising an event during Mother's Day in May 2022. PSPK is a community and skills development centre that primarily serves single moms, domestic violence victims and the urban poor. The second role and initiative are being done by the society or non-governmental organisation NGO. Society and NGO also one of the communities that are responsible in taking care of the well-being of the children in Malaysia. For example, in South Malaysia, which is a non-profit technical relief organisation, each month they is able to locate 50 to 100 needy families and then assist the families in registering with JKM, Baitumal and Zakat centres run by state Islamic religious departments in order to get assistance.
The role and initiative done by the government to enable the student to be able to go to school wearing school uniform is by reducing costs through many programs. This is because lower education costs will increase student enrollment and attendance. Education necessitates an investment of time, money and effort with many long-term benefits. A variety of programs that aim to reduce the financial and non-financial costs of attending school have been evaluated. For example, The initiative is where the education at government school is free. This is because free education can result in significant increase in participation. When the school fees are not required, hence the parents can allocate the money for other things such as school uniform and exercise books. In Malaysia, primary and secondary school education is provided for free in the public sector. It is estimated that the public school provided 95% of primary and secondary school education in Malaysia.
Wow, that was great opinion from Miss Aina and Miss Safira just now. Alright, we must continue our session today with our next guest, which is Miss Liana Izzati. Alright, Miss Liana, are there any challenges and suggestions that have arisen as a result of the issues?
Thank you to moderator. Basically, the Malaysian government emphasised the importance of education for all of its citizens. This is in line with the 11 Lesson Plan, major priorities. Then, one of the efforts aimed at the B40 community are focused on education and children. So, according to the Education Ministry, a total of 21,316 students choose to drop out from high school in March 2020 to July 2021. From this statistic, it can be concluded that most students choose to drop out from school during the COVID-19 pandemic. When the spreading of COVID-19, face masks are mandatory in Malaysia, and rather than face masks, hand sanitizer is also a requirement. To conclude my point, with the new needs and new norm in Malaysia, most underclass parents can afford to buy school uniforms and other school needs for their children. In order to handle this challenge, the government should provide COVID-19 essential needs to the underclass people in line with the government order, which is mandates the face mask usage. The government of Malaysia also need to be aware about the financial problems of its citizens. The COVID-19 outbreak has made the people spend more than usual, and there are a lot of people that lost their job due to the situation. In addition, now the COVID-19 situation in Malaysia is obviously under control and everything is starting to be normal again. Now, the schools are open as usual, but there are no action taken by the government toward the student. Besides, the Bantuan Keluarga Malaysia, or also known as BKN, is not enough to support the entire family. This is because the initiative given are very small compared to the price of goods and products that are getting more and more expensive these days. Underclass people don't even have money to buy basic needs sometimes, and it is obviously hard for them to buy other things such as school uniform or school needs.
Another challenge is lack of education and skills. As we know, urbanization refers to the movements of rural people to urban areas. As in Malaysia, according to the statistics, the total populations of Malaysians living in urban areas in 2020 is 77.16%, and this shows that the majority of Malaysia's population chooses to live in the cities. However, not everyone who moves to the city can have the life of their dreams. In some cases, the rural people will move to the urban areas without having appropriate education and skills. Those who move to the city without the education and skills needed are not able to get a job and cannot afford to live in the city. Thus, it draining them into becoming underclass people. As a result, basic needs such as food and shelter become their priority to continue living. Hence, needs such as children's school stuff had to be ignored due to their inability to afford it. In my opinion, to address this challenge, the government needs to take the initiative in providing training for those who migrate from rural to urban areas. By this, it will lead them to develop and enhance their knowledge and new skills which will help them to meet what the job market demands and get a better income. Besides, the government will also inspire as many people as possible to start their own businesses to improve their socio-economic condition. This is because in order for them to increase their income, they should learn how to conduct business. For instance, involved in the small and medium industry. Therefore, it is the government's responsibility to provide training for them. As a result, once they have the proper knowledge to conduct business, it will help them to gain more money, which will eventually support their daily needs and be able to provide adequate school staff for their children.
Okay, we have Miss Shahada that also joining us online today, and she wants to share the other challenge and suggestion regarding the issues. Alright, thank you Miss Shahada. In my opinion, another challenge is parental unemployment. Unemployment is one of the most common issues that many countries face around the world. Malaysia is one of the countries that also impacted by unemployment, particularly in urban area. In the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic, many individuals have lost their jobs and bringing the unemployment rates in Malaysia to 4.2%, latest in January 2022 as according to Department of Statistics Malaysia 2022. In addition, unemployment may have serious effects not just for individuals but also for society and for the government too. This condition can also have an impact on children educational development, since parental unemployment would make it difficult for children to attend school. This is due to parents' financial constraints and higher living costs, which prevent them from purchasing school materials for their children. Thus, in my opinion, a solution for this challenge is the government could encourage the unemployed to participate in gig economy. Gig economy sectors have been increasingly important for employment all around the world in recent years, particularly in COVID-19 crisis. Gig economy is a form of service delivery that challenges existing business models, labor management practices, and regulation. In the end of March 2020, the government launched several initiatives and stimulus packages to help citizens, including social protection such as occupational injury schemes and retirement funds for the gig economy. The gig economy's food delivery and ride-hailing sectors have developed, resulting in an increase in job opportunities. This is due to the fact that many people begin their careers in this industry as their side job or because they are unemployed. As a result, the unemployed will be able to make more money, which will allow them to meet their families' daily expenses as well as their children's school expenses.
To conclude, the initiative of Dana Kembali ke Sekolah that was created under the program Sulam is to decrease the issues of students that were unable to get education due to lack of school uniform. There are several reasons that make people become unable to attend school, and it can be related with the groups of underclass where this group has faced challenges such as health, unemployment, and even lack of education and skills, making them unable to provide the necessities towards their children. In addition, there should be involvement and active action that can be taken by the governments and organization in order to minimize the problem. By having easy access to education, the life of people that live in the rural areas can be improved and growth to become urban areas, which will help the country achieve the state of a modernized country.
Alright, finally we come to the end of our forum and discussion. I would like to extend our gratitude to the panel for the informative and interesting talk for today. Hopefully this forum will be beneficial for everybody. Thank you once again and goodbye everyone. I am Shada Azmat and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.